All right, and we are back. So last we left off, our heroes managed to delve further into this cave and found a secret entrance through some lucky rolls, discovered some unsettling things about the secret cave, inside of this secret cave, as it were. You also discovered in this very strange room, very alien architecture, and odd pictograms and glyphs on the floor. Seamus, you spotted two figures clutching to the side of the wall, four beady red eyes looking at you, two apiece. There appeared to be a small hole of some kind next to them, where they are attached, not making a single noise. You decided, in your wisdom, to tell Marius, or start to inform Marius on the current situation, which is when we immediately left off. So as soon as you start whispering to Marius and you look up in the direction of the figures, you sense movement. You see shifting all of a sudden. What would you like to do?
I will pull the crossbow over the back.
Okay.
And get an arrow or a bolt loaded in.
Okay. You immediately pull the crossbow. Go ahead and make me a test to essentially load the crossbow as quick as you can.
Ooh, that's a 5.
Okay, so you easily, in one fluid movement, you sling the crossbow over your shoulder, pull back on the, I have no idea what it's called, but the pull, you pull it back to lock it in place and slide a bolt in, and have it at the ready. As soon as the click and the bolt slides in, the movement you see up top as you're starting to ready the crossbow, you see one of the figures has apparently disappeared. It's gone. The other figure is still looking at you, and then it begins moving towards the hole in the wall.
I'm going to assume that it's running away, so I'm not gonna shoot at it.
Okay, as it crests into the hole, and in this moment, Marius, all you do is see Seamus immediately go from about to start talking to you to unslinging his crossbow and pointing up at the ceiling. You have no idea what the hell he's doing right now, but as he does this, Seamus, you see the second figure start to duck into the hole and stuff itself into what appears to be another tunnel that's been burrowed up towards the top of the ceiling. You don't have a good idea of how small it is or what this figure is exactly because of the lack of light towards the ceiling, but somehow it was able to stay aloft on the wall somehow. Go ahead and make me one more perception test.
Marius or Seamus?
Seamus.
Yeah. Ooh, 87.
Okay, so you don't see it. You can't tell the form because of the shadowing and the darkness. You see the eyes disappear, and you see the form of something shove itself into the hole and disappear. Out of sight.
Marius, did you see that?
Did Marius see it?
You saw nothing. All you did was see Seamus unsling his crossbow and point towards the ceiling.
Okay. I'm assuming this all happened like in a couple of seconds, right?
It was
Pretty
very
quickly.
quick, within a few seconds.
Okay. No, Seamus. I didn't see anything.
We're not alone in here. There's something on the ceiling, and it just went up into a hole. disappeared.
Oh,
There's something
where's the
else in
hole?
here.
Point out the hole.
I kind of point to a general direction of where
Yeah. You
disappeared
point
at.
up there, just for shits and giggles. Marius, give me a perception test
Oh boy.
to see if you can see it with him pointing it.
I've got my candelabra.
You do have your
helmet.
candle lit, but this thing is way out of view of the candle.
It's not as bad as it could have been. It was 35 out of 30.
Okay, so you kind of get pointed in the general direction, and you can kind of see like a darker place. Like it appears to be more shadow in a certain place, and you're assuming that's what he's pointing at. But
Okay.
it's just dark up there towards the top of the ceiling.
I can't see anything, my friend. It looks a little dark over there, but that's about the best I can do. Should we go investigate it? Is it on the ceiling?
Yeah, it's like 20 feet up.
Okay.
It's and it's a rounded room, and the walls are actually smooth, completely smooth. There is
Question:
all-
Can we
go ahead?
can we see the? You mentioned the cave-in part on the other side of the.
So it's actually
tunnel?
not a cave-in. As you move into this room, it's the circular room, a very large room. Marius, you're seeing the glyphs along the floor in these circular patterns, kind of like rings emanating from the center, where there is, now that you're moving closer towards it, the shape, the pillar that you saw, the rounded kind of 4-foot pillar in the center of the room, it almost resembles a altar as you're getting closer. You do see directly across from you, from where you entered, it looks like a doorway, but there's stone, almost like the room never was opened over there, almost like somebody just built the frame of a door into the wall. So it's not really a cave-in; it's just smooth. It's unnatural. It's an unnatural break in the walls, if that makes any sense. It's obvious it's there. It's not like hidden or anything, but it looks like just a door frame. But it also has the strange geometric symbols and things that make up the frame itself. And it is, weirdly enough, it's hard to look at. It's if you spend too much time staring at it, it almost hurts your eyes a little bit, and you kind of have to look away. But the sconces are built into the wall, and they are also very strange shapes. And the more time you guys spend in here, you get to notice more of the architecture. It is very angular, very geometric, almost like a very methodical alien mind constructed this chamber. You're not sure how, because there appears to be no entrance into it, but somehow, some way, up towards the center of this mountain, in the middle of the old world, a chamber was constructed at some point in time. Definitely not by dwarven hands. Now, Marius, you, my good friend, as you begin approaching the altar face, you see there's carvings in the top of the altar. You start to see symbols, reoccurring symbols, and there's also in a circular patterns and onto this stone. I need you to make me a -30 cool test as you glance at the top of this altar as you start to close the distance with it.
Okay. -30. Let's see what that is. Oh, gee. All right, let's see here. Ooh. I got rolled a 69 out of 31. You said minus 20 or 30?
-30.
Oh, that'd be out of 21 then. So 69 out of 21.
Okay. Do you want to re-roll it?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Re-roll that.
Just in case. Let's go.
Just in case.
Don't want it to be quite that high, at least. Actually, that's pretty, 26 out of 21, so it's still a failure, but
okay. It's a
devastating
marginal
failure.
It's a marginal failure.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what happens. Seamus, you're kind of glancing around the room. What would you be doing in this moment?
I'm probably like a little worried after seeing something just kind of like crawling to the ceiling and like checking behind me, make sure there's no holes.
Yeah, so you're kind of focused. You're kind of on edge now, looking around. Marius seems to be oblivious. You see Marius. You see his eyes glaze over. You're kind of glancing over your shoulder, and he just starts walking towards the altar, almost in a daze. He shuffles forward.
Okay.
Sorry, I must have cut out there.
You did. Sorry.
So Marius shuffles forward. Seamus, you see him do that. He starts reaching out for the tops of the altar, almost unconsciously. You see him starting to reach out towards the strange symbols carved in the top. Are you going to do anything?
Probably kind of like a whisper yell, like, Marius, what are you doing? Marius.
And Marius, you hear whispering, you kind of hear Seamus's voice, but your body appears to be moving on its own. I need you to roll me a D6, sir.
D6, alright. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I rolled a 6.
Rolled a 6. Okay. All right.
You're dead, mate.
Seamus, you see both of his hands lift up, and he puts them onto the altar, which is now resembles almost like a stone dais. And Marius, you pick out 6 distinctive patterns in the stone, almost subconsciously. The symbols don't make any sense, but you recognize patterns in them. And your hands start shifting over the daises, lining up patterns, and you start shifting and shifting back and forth, back and forth. Seamus, he looks like a crazy person, just moving about pieces of stone on top of this altar. And he lines up, and then all of a sudden, 3 of them line up in a row out of these 6 distinctive patterns. 3 of them line up, and suddenly there's this bright blue light starts emanating from the 3 glyphs that you've lined into place. And there is a burst of light and a huge crackling sound, like an explosion just went off. Both of you are kind of taken aback. Even you, Marius, you're kind of knocked out of your stupor, and you kind of fall back. Seamus, you're probably pretty surprised out of what just happened. You close your eyes for a second, and as both of you glance up, there is more heat in this room than ever before. It's almost uncomfortably hot. You both start to sweat, and the pulsing light from the altar is bathing the room in this brilliant blue light, almost as if there was a blue sun in the center of this room. Seamus, you can almost not see Marius because of the light coming off the altar. There's so much light encompassing him. He's hard to see. Marius, what are you doing at this moment?
You said I'm knocked back to unconscious.
You're not unconscious. You're just bathed in the light right now, and probably shielding your eyes or something of that sort. But what would you like to do in this moment?
Gosh, I don't know. I guess he probably try to back up a little bit if I'm really close to the center.
Okay. And you
kind of
definitely
shielding my eyes.
Yeah, there's a ton of heat and you start to back up. Seamus, what about you? What are you doing at this moment?
I can no longer see him. You said there's so
You
much
can
like
kind of
light
see
coming
shadow,
out?
but you can't see him completely just because there's so much light pouring from it.
I imagine I'm kind of like shading my eyes and like trying to see
Yes.
what's going on.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you're kind of, and you can kind of see him a little bit better when you do that, and then the light starts to pulse, and then it starts to dim, slowly but surely. And as it dims completely, you both kind of unshield your eyes, probably fairly nervous out of what just happened, given your experiences with glowing objects in the past. You start to look about the room, and you both notice that there are glyphs, the same exact glyphs that just lit up on the pedestal, Marius, around the edges of the frame of that door in the wall, that are lighting up now, and they're both burning bright blue, or all three of them.
Okay. They're burning bright blue.
Yep.
Do I notice? I like to like open my sack.
Okay.
And see. Is it the scroll? Is it doing anything?
The scroll is actually vibrating in your sack. You didn't notice it before because it's in your sack and you're not holding it, but it is humming almost with the as if it is tuning with the whatever energy is emanating from these glyphs right now.
Okay. Do I sense anything else just besides that? Just the bright color of the symbols and the humming of the scroll.
Go ahead and make me an intuition test.
All right. Oh, my intuition shit. I got 21 out of 24.
Oh wow, barely. Okay, so you
Barely,
you
yeah.
barely succeeded on that. So the scroll itself, it's still clasped shut. It hasn't unclasped itself like it has in the past. But as you glance in there, it's vibrating back and forth, and you do notice that even though it's rolled shut, you can see the glowing of faint symbols on the inside of it. They appear to be the same symbols that are emanating from the door frame. Now, what that means, you have no idea, but you do notice it, in fact, and you get the idea that there's definitely something connecting these two things at this very moment. There's also the odd fact that somehow you knew how to match up the symbols despite not being able to read or write or understand what these pictograms are.
I can read.
Well, you can read. You can read and write, but you can't read and write alien language. So
Yes.
there is that. But yes.
Is this all happening real fast? Do I have a chance to say something, Seamus?
This happens over the period of probably a minute or so. So it's not ridiculously fast, but fast enough.
Is it loud in here right now?
No, it is not. It's actually eerily quiet at this point. Suddenly, there is almost no sound. You can feel your heart beating, and you can hear your heart beating in your ears. Seamus, you can see Marius once again once the light dims, and he's rummaging through his pack. You see him kind of looking at something in there, and then looking up at the door frame. And do you go to call out to him or anything?
If I seem like to start rummaging through his pack, I'll probably start like walking towards him.
Okay. So
crossbow still ready.
All right, still ready. You move over at Marius' side. Marius, you feel Seamus kind of nudge you. You look back at him.
Seamus, my friend, I think whatever these symbols are, they have something to do with this scroll. I need you to keep an eye on me when I open it up. I think bad things usually happen when I do.
Seamus, you hear brrr, 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 as he opens his mouth, as you can't understand any of the words coming out of his mouth. It's just him moving his lips.
Oh. All right.
I assume he hears me, I guess.
You can make the assumption.
Yeah. Because I sound normal to myself, right?
To yourself, you sound normal, but he can't hear you.
So I'm going to walk over to the sconce or the dais.
Okay, yes.
And pull out the scroll. I haven't unwrapped the scroll yet, but I pulled out the scroll.
All right.
Does anything happen when I pull it out?
As soon as you remove it from your bag and it's in the presence of the room, it explodes and kills you. No, it doesn't. It doesn't do that. No.
Yes, silver piece is mine.
Yeah, exactly. You have it in your hand and it's vibrating quickly. As soon as you pull it out, the clasp unclasps itself and it rolls out in your hand. And once again, I need you this time, since you've experienced this a few times, just make me just a straight cool test.
Okay. That would be 26 out of 51.
Okay, so you pass, so you resist. You feel your vision start to dim around the corners of your vision. It starts to go black, and you start to feel the stars speckling, and you know what's coming. And you just kind of grit and insert your will, and the incoming nightmare doesn't take root and just dissipates. And you have your wits about you. And now, seeing the runes lined up, there's almost something reassuring. You don't know why, but the scrolls open, and you get an image in your head of strange buildings with oddly tiled roofs, and you see a mountain with a stream passing over it. You see a dense forest, though made of strange yellowish tubed trees of some kind. You see very strange men walking, patrolling the area, and there's what appears to be a massive structure built nearby a waterfall that has these massive stone dog-faced statue amalgamation things. There appears to be two of them guarding a path that leads up to it. You don't know much about it except for it's at strange angles, and it's very unnatural to you. It's something you haven't seen, though you do recognize some of the patterns carved into the statues as that of the men you've been coming across. You get this in like a bit of a flash from the scroll itself, almost like the writing on the scroll is forming itself into these images, and then after you get all of these images in place, almost like an ink sketch, it dissipates and reverts to its normal look, and then it clasps itself. It rolls up into your hand and clasps once again, still vibrating.
Okay.
At this moment, what are you guys doing?
Does anything else happen in the room itself? Or
it depends on what you guys do.
I don't know. Is the door-like structure, does that change any?
The runes are still lit. They're glowing, and there's definitely heat coming from them. A lot of heat. You guys are both sweating at this point.
Okay.
Seamus has no idea what's going on.
No, Seamus doesn't know, and Seamus can't hear you either. So Seamus is just kind of like in a stupor, looking around. Seamus, go ahead and make me a cool test at this point.
All right. Ooh, let's see. I tied it. 39 out of 39.
Ooh, lucky bastard. You are, given your circumstances, the Bugman's is worn off at this point. Fear might have crippled you, not being able to communicate with your partner and the very strange surroundings that you find yourself in. But you steel yourself, you insert your resolve, stand strong, and you do not panic and flee from this room like a small child. So there is that. You steel yourself for that. Marius, what are you going to do now at this point?
And you said the symbols are hot to the touch, right?
You don't know. You do feel heat emanating off them, but you have not approached.
Okay.
You're still you're standing at the dais. So yeah. So you approach the what looks like a doorway. As you start walking, and you see this as well, Seamus, the lights, the symbols start to dim as you approach. They start to get less and less hot. Suddenly, Seamus, you can hear yourself breathing. You can hear the footsteps of Marius as he's getting closer to this doorway. As you move closer, Marius, the stone that was in between the doors, the open space, begins to seem opaque. It begins to slowly but surely almost dissipate as if it was never there. And as you get close, very close to the door, there's just an open space and a tunnel further on, as if there was no stone to be placed.
Sigma, help us. I kind of look towards Seamus to see if he sees this happening.
Oh, yeah. Seamus, you definitely saw what the hell just happened, and it was terrifying. But you've mastered your fear of the unknown at this point, so you don't get scared. But you do see, as Marius is walking, kind of with the scroll in his hand, kind of outstretched in front of him, like he thinks it's going to do something. I don't know. But it's the lights fade and the stone doorway kind of fades out of existence, and you can see there's a tunnel beyond.
Marius is walking towards that tunnel.
You're at least at the doorway at this point, Marius. It's up to you if you enter or not.
Yeah. I turn to Seamus and try to talk to him again. I guess we need to move on, friend.
And you definitely hear him this time.
Oh, okay. Marius, are you sure? I couldn't understand anything you were saying earlier.
Oh.
Just walking into a random room now. I don't like this.
I know it's rather unsettling. But, there's a silver piece on the line. So I'm going to do it.
It's just
I like how your greed of silver is leading you into the unknown. It's fantastic.
I've got 6 brass. This could set up Marius for for a long time.
It's true. Okay. No. So, do you follow Seamus as he begins walking through the door?
Unfortunately, I am following.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always split the party.
It's like
no.
No. Okay. So you fall into step behind Marius. The room, as soon as you both crest through the doorway, you notice that it is almost the opposite of the room you were in. It is cold. It's very, very cold. Not like you're going to freeze to death cold, but unnaturally cold. You take a few steps into the tunnel, which is now, you look side to side. The sides of this tunnel appear to be 50, 60, 70 feet wide. You look up, you can't see the roof. You have no idea how tall it is. The only illumination are some of those more glyphs that are about 20 feet off of the ground. And you actually cannot see the ground beneath you. You can feel it, you're touching it, but the light is not illuminating it. Now, Marius, your candle was actually blown out during the events that transpired. So if you would like to attempt to relight it, you can do so.
Of course.
Okay. You relight your candle, and you can see a little bit around you. It almost appears as if the light is getting siphoned from around you. But you, instead of being able to see 30 feet comfortably, you can only see about 15 feet around you comfortably. The walls are dark in places, shadowed, except for where the glyphs are higher up. You're seeing very low light around you. And you do not see an end to this tunnel. It just keeps going as far as you can tell.
Okay. This isn't ominous at all. Oh boy. Seamus, he looks so Seamus, and I guess we gotta trudge on. Do you want to light that torch I gave you, just for a little extra light?
I guess so. It's pretty chilly in here. I don't know why. This is quite spooky, my friend.
I know. I know.
So you like the
you
torch?
know what? Yeah. Use my helmet.
Okay. Are you continuing forward?
Do we see anything? I want to actually, like, and what I'm going to do is, I'm like, you know what, Seamus, I think this could be an inappropriate time, but I think I could use a drink. How about you?
It's about fucking time.
Okay.
I need multiple drinks after what I just witnessed.
I know. I'm still a little worried myself. I want to get out my Bugman's.
Okay.
And pour us each a glass.
Okay. So subtract 2 from your stash of Bugman's Ale. You each take it, chug it down. It's so good. It's so thick, it's so frothy. It quenches the thirst. You immediately feel reinvigorated, and you both feel like you could probably kill a dragon right now.
Yeah, we're good.
Nothing scares you. This dark, so what? It doesn't matter. Ominous tunnel that will probably lead to your deaths. It doesn't matter. You feel great.
Doesn't matter.
I need both of you to roll me a d10, though.
Ooh. All right. I rolled a 4.
All right. Let me make sure I got this.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. All right. So you both. What the hell? Okay. You both. You just feel good. You both just feel relaxed. And you feel like all of the troubles that you've had, the situation you're in, you're fine. Nothing's bothering you at this moment. Marius, you're always worried about money.
Mm-hmm.
You could care less.
Who needs it?
Yeah, exactly. Who needs it? You have Bugman's. That's all you need. And you both are just you're both just mastered yourselves at this point. And you're currently drinking in a very dark and creepy hallway. So what are we doing at this point?
We're gonna put my Bugman's, Seamus, I just feel relaxed. I think it might be all right. Let's push on forward.
I know you're right. I hope there's a fucking dragon at the end of this. I feel like I can take on the world.
Oh, you're fucking right, brother.
Awesome. So you begin moving forward. Who's leading?
How wide's the tunnel?
Say what?
How wide is it? How wide is the tunnel?
It's like 60 to 70 feet wide.
Oh, so it's large.
So it's
we're like side by side.
Yeah,
you guys could be side by side. Yeah, you could be side by side. It's you've never seen a room this big. This makes the tunnel in Sealberg at the mine look like it was like a little ant's tunnel. It's massive. You've never seen the structures this size before. The carvings are also the carvings that the bluish light is emanating from are also huge. Like they're probably the size of like a horse. In odd shapes. You don't recognize the shapes. You do get the idea that they're supposed to represent something. You just don't know what. And you get one of those. You get a symbol on each side of the tunnel about every 50 feet or so. And that is the only sources of light outside of your now torch and candlelight, which I might add still does not illuminate that much around you. It's almost as if the very nature of what you are currently experiencing appears to be siphoning off the light. But with the torch lit, you do get a little break from the very cold chill that has been kind of permeating you guys from this environment. The ground, as you guys keep moving forward at this point, appears to be firm but moist, if that makes any sense. Almost like it's damp, almost as if it rained in here or somehow. That's not possible. Of course it's not possible, but it feels like it. Go ahead and both of you make me perception tests.
All right.
Oh, yeah. I got a 7.
Oh,
51.
Oh, hell yeah.
I rolled a 99.
Yes. You don't see. You were just, despite the Bugmans, you're fascinated with the enormity of the tunnel you're in. You're not really paying that much attention to your surroundings. You're just kind of awestruck. But Seamus, you being paranoid at this point, especially after seeing the figures that were stalking you in the previous room, which you have no idea where they went. You're glancing around, and you go to look over your shoulder. There's just endless tunnel. Back from where you came. The entrance you came through is no longer there.
Miss, I feel like we're just gonna walk for the rest of our lives in here.
Oh. That's
I don't
cool,
see
I
the
guess.
door behind us anymore.
That's cool, I guess. Wow. Okay, then.
Hey, I'm relaxed right now.
It's true. You are relaxed. You're relaxed. So you're taking in the situation in stride, I guess.
Yeah.
Seamus, you still, you're still looking around. You guys just keep walking forward. You notice that as you keep moving, and you've been walking for hours, and you've been keeping an eye out, an ear out for noises and whatnot, and you hear noises occasionally, slopping noises. Sometimes you hear chittering. You don't get any really bad smells, anything of that sort, but you start to notice that as you're moving forward, some of the lights, the glyphs, are faded. And then you get to a patch of tunnel where there is no light. You see there's lights further on, but for about 200 feet, there's just darkness. You guys both kind of stop, instinctively stopping at the edge. The lights emanating from your torch and your candle do illuminate the ground below you when you get to it. So there is definitely ground there. You just can't see for about 100 feet in between this patch of tunnel until you get to the next glyph. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, gee. I don't. You said there's no light in front of us?
There's light further on. It emanates from a glyph further down the tunnel, but it appears that the glyphs in this section are somehow they're no longer lit some way.
Okay. Do we see the glyphs on the ground?
No, they're on the
lit?
walls up above you, and
Okay.
you can't see them. It's complete darkness.
Okay. Seamus, it seems a little odd, or odder than usual the past couple hours. What do you think we should do? Should we just try to trudge through it?
I mean, I guess so. We either go forward or we go back, and I don't see any end if we go back either.
All right. I guess we go forward.
Okay. You guys start moving forward. What pace? Are we just still at a casual stroll, or what are we moving quickly?
Maybe kind of an alert pace, I guess. That makes sense.
Okay.
Kind of a
Okay. We'll do
like
it's
kind
a
of scene of.
like a mall jocker, like a.
Nah, I wasn't gonna say like. I don't mean like a increased pace. I mean like a pace that I'm being observant.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You're both walking, and you enter into the darkened section. You can still see up ahead of you. You're just focused ahead. I need Marius to make me a athletics test.
Oh. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what my athletics is. All right. Here we go. Oh, it's not the best. It's a 38 out of 26.
Yes. Do you want to re-roll that?
Can I use it as a degree of success?
It wouldn't be a degree of success. It would be
okay,
it would be a 20, a
I'll
28. So you'd just be short.
It's my last reroll. I'll reroll it.
Yeah, do it.
I'll reroll it.
Use it.
I shall. Ooh, that's a lot better. It's an 8.
Okay.
26.
So Marius, you're both side by side walking, at an okay pace, being observant, kind of on the lookout. You suddenly see a shape at your feet, walking through this darkness. And if you wouldn't have been paying as much attention, if your body wouldn't have instinctively notified you of the danger, you would have tripped over whatever this is. But you immediately kind of slow. I'm assuming you kind of put your hand out to Seamus to get him to stop.
Yeah.
And you look down and you see it looks like a figure. It looks like a human figure laying at your feet in this darkness. Definitely human shaped.
Okay.
You look down, and with the candle on your head, you can see, you're seeing outlines, and you can see a little bit better as you get closer. Go ahead and make me a perception test plus 20. Well, actually, plus 40. You're being this close.
Okay. That's 20 out of 70.
Okay, good. All right, good. So 5 degrees of success. Holy shit. All right, so you glance down and you see that this corpse, because it is definitely dead. It's a human. It's dead. It looks bloated, and there are blackened veins coming from its throat all the way up its face. You can't really tell the features of the person. You don't recognize them, at least. But you do, however, recognize the clothing. It is definitely Imperial. As you point this out to Seamus, you look down towards where Marius is kind of examining in this darkened place of the tunnel this corpse. Seamus, you recognize the uniform as that of one of the people you saw in your vision upon entering the tunnels. So you immediately make that connection. Now, Marius, you would also notice with that perception test that the skin has turned a yellowish green, and there's cracks, and there appears to be blisters that have bulged out of the cheeks, and there's grievous wounds rent across the chest and the arms, and it looks like just mounds are across the forehead, and most of the hair has completely fallen out. But what little hair remains is stark white. And this man definitely looks like a victim of some kind of plague.
Kind of step back and kind of take my arm out and kind of guide Seamus back as well.
Okay.
I think Seamus, I think I've seen plague before. I think this is it. This is very dangerous. I'm going to take the bandages that I have, I guess, and kind of wrap them around my mouth a little bit, and my nose.
Yes, okay. That's fine. You can do that. You can make like a little creepy looking handkerchief thing.
Mask. Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of shield myself from inhaling too much stuff.
I will take that into account if we have to make any checks. Seamus, what are you doing once you see the figure?
When Marius describes the plague, I recognize that uniform. I've seen this before.
I've seen it. Seen it where?
I don't really recall. It's like a vision I had. That I don't know. I've just seen it before. It looks familiar.
Oh, Sigma.
And at this moment, the two of you've made about halfway, so you got another 50 feet of darkness. You hear a noise coming from up ahead. Somewhere in the tunnel, in the distance. You hear a scream. Ah! A man's scream. And it starts echoing down the tunnel towards you.
I guess
the fuck was that?
Sounds like we're not getting paid enough.
Maybe it's that dragon.
Maybe it is that dragon. I guess we're gonna try to go towards this. Should we go towards the scream? That sounds like a reasonable thing to do.
I think so. We're not afraid. I feel good right now.
I do feel good, you know.
All right,
relaxed. Let's go towards the scream.
So you two start heading towards where the scream was emanating from. At this point, you don't see anything. You just keep walking and walking. Another hour passes. Another hour passes. Monotonous walking.
Damn.
You don't see any signs of where the scream came from. Then, Seamus, you start hearing faint whispering. You left us. You left us. Where were you? Where have you gone?
Who's there?
Marius, you see Seamus start to kind of look around at apparently nothingness.
Seamus, it's just you and I here. There's no one else here.
You sure you didn't hear that?
I'm assuming I didn't hear it.
You did not hear it. However, Marius, as you're looking over in Seamus's direction, you see an all too familiar mask looking out from the shadows next to him. A long beak, rounded eyes, a tall figure. Within 2 feet of Seamus.
Does Seamus seem to notice it?
He doesn't notice it. He's looking around. He can't see it.
So, I mean, I guess in my calm state.
Oh, it's starting to wear off. Don't worry.
It's starting to wear. It's starting to wear off.
It's 10 hours. I mean, I counted
10 hours.
4
You guys have been
passing.
walking for a long time. It's not gone yet. You're still stilled for now.
Okay. I guess I'd look to Seamus and be like, Seamus, I don't hear anything, but I see a figure from my nightmares right next to you.
The fuck are you talking about, mate?
I don't know.
Seamus, as you say that, Marius, the figure just kind of steps back into the shadows and disappears.
This place is messing with us. We might have to have another drink.
You start. Are you guys going to start moving forward again?
Marius, what have you gotten me into? This silver piece is.
So
I don't even need it.
You both start walking forward again, and another probably 20-30 minutes pass. Still haven't found the source of the screaming. Then you see that some of the glyphs are an odd color. The light is different. You guys both look up, and there appears to be some kind of like film growing over the glyph, like a greenish film of some kind.
That's good. Good sign.
You keep walking forward, and suddenly your feet are kind of sticky. You look down with the candle on your head and the torch that you're holding, and there is almost like a mucus-colored film across the floor.
Seamus, something really fucking gross is gonna be down here. I know it's gonna piss me off. So I'm just gonna tell you beforehand. If I get too out of control, I'm just trying to calm me down. Make sure I don't run anything I shouldn't. I'm already getting upset thinking about this. This is gross. I don't like it.
So, what do you guys? Are you still continuing forward?
I'm assuming we still get to
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next part of the tunnel is just, it goes like this. It appears to just keep going, and that's when you guys start to notice it's still lit despite the film. It's just kind of bathing the area in like this kind of creepy greenish light now. You start to notice shapes on the floor around you guys as you keep moving. As you're moving and inspecting them, they are people. It appears to be humans. They also are covered in the mucus, almost like it enveloped them. You do notice that they are wearing similar armor to what Marius is wearing on his shoulders. It is the telltale wooden armor of whatever these men are, or wherever they're from. There appears to be a whole company of men that have succumbed to something. You both keep moving forward amidst a field of almost corpses at this point. And you see something running towards both of you, in front of you.
What size?
Seamus, you're probably going to be the first one to notice. It is a human shape running at a full sprint. You can see it. It's probably about 100 feet from you, moving at fast speed. What would you guys like to do?
I got aim the crossbow and I say, "You better stop, or I'm gonna shoot."
And you and immediately the figure holds its hands up and slides almost on the film in front of you, almost trips, and looks out. And you can't really tell. You can definitely tell it's a human of some kind, judging from the shape, or at least a humanoid. And it calls out, "MacCready! MacCready, is that you?"
You kind of broke up there. I didn't hear.
You didn't hear anything I said?
No.
Jesus. Okay, so you guys, so the shape's running towards you. Damn it! It was so good. So the figure's running towards you. As soon as you tell it to stop, it slows up. It appears to be human, or at least humanoid, from what you can tell. It holds both hands up and slides, almost trips on the floor, the goo on the floor, and looks in your direction. And MacCready, is that you?
It's who the hell are you?
And as soon as you say that, you see the glint of something, and you hear a bell, almost like a cowbell, ringing back and forth. Ding, 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 ding. And the figure looks over his shoulder. And this huge cleaver comes out of the shadows and takes the man from shoulder to navel as it crunches through his body. And the scream is cut off short. It's a massive, huge, assuming it from this distance, it looks like a butcher's cleaver, cleaves into this man, and then out steps a horrifying figure. It's about 7 feet tall, greenish yellow skin across its entire body. It has a wide grin, freakishly wide, past the points of where a normal human should be. A single eye that is weeping pus and some kind of mucus that's dribbling down into its open mouth with its serrated teeth. And it's counting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it keeps counting and counting. And it looks down at the corpse that it just cleaved in half and starts gibbering to itself. starts laughing maniacally. And then it looks up and notices you two and begins counting once again. I need you to roll initiative.
Yeah.
About to fire a shot.
Well, you're going to have to wait now.
Ooh.
I think that's...
I rolled an 8.
I did as well.
Oh, both rolled an
10.
8.
No, we'll be 10 with my initiative bonus.
Okay. What about for you, Seamus?
It is 8.
It's just 8 with your
8.
With your initiative
Yeah.
bonus. It should be more.
I just have one. It's I have 10 advances in it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
What, What's your initiative?
Yeah, what's your
Score?
initiative?
Total to 41.
Okay, so you have 4 bonuses, dude. So you have like
you
a
have
12.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
11 then. 11
Yeah.
total.
All right, so that's a 12 for you, and then an 8 for Marius. Let's see what my
A
goodie
10.
rolls.
That'd be 10.
A 10 for you?
For Marius.
10 for you. 10 for
Yeah,
Marius.
I rolled
12
an
for
8
Seamus.
plus
10
2.
for 10 for Marius, and a what's his bonus? Holy shit, he's got a high bonus.
Oh, no.
All right. All right, I've got the order in place.
It
You
better just be 3 of us.
It is now. It is the creature.
Should be that hard
Is-
to put it in order.
The creature is bulbous as it begins walking forward. You see in one hand, the hand that isn't holding the massive cleaver, appears to be a large bell that it is ringing back and forth. It is still counting and gibbering, the tongue kind of lolling out of its mouth. Like I said, it's about 7 to 8 feet tall. The flesh is putrid, that greenish yellow color, almost like a corpse's, but somehow it is stretched and brimming with lumpy flesh and goo that is just seeping from its pores. There appears to be a swarm of almost insects, like flies, buzzing around it as it's moving forward. You can hear the hum of insects as it begins moving forward from you. Now, it is 100 feet from you. It steps on what's left of the man that it just cleaved through, pulls the cleaver free, and begins counting once again, stepping, running towards you guys. Well, not running. It's more of a fast walk. It does not run. It appears to be rather slow, in fact. And it's just gibbering and talking to itself. You two, however, can understand it, despite its horrific appearance. And it is saying over and over again, "The All-Father brings his blessings. The All-Father brings his blessings." And it starts walking towards you. And I need both of you to... Well, you know what? You both have Bugman still in your system. So you still yourself from any fear that may have incurred with this encounter. But being in the presence of this thing, Seamus, you instinctively resist. Your body resists on its own. Marius, however, I need you to make me a endurance test.
All right. That's going to be 44 out of 57.
You critical success. Critical success.
Yeah.
You were so lucky you got that critical success. So the as the creature begins moving towards you, it only moves about 30 feet at a time. So now at this point, it's about 70 feet from you, and you feel a wave of nausea emanate off of it. Both of you do. Seamus, you resist it, almost unnaturally resisting it. Almost like something you may have experienced battling a certain war boss of a kind. A certain presence is emanating off of him. A taint, I would call it. And the longer you stay in his presence, the more likely you may be to possible corruption. But the gibbering madness that might have enveloped you at the sight of this thing still doesn't mean much. With the aid of Bugmans, of course. So he's 30 feet from you, or 70 feet from both of you. Seamus, it is your turn.
All right. So, it's possible I know Marius has some type of like vodka.
He does.
Can we pour some of that on a crossbow bolt and light it on fire?
I will love to let you make an attempt to do so.
Oh boy!
I want to kill this thing.
You know, remember, friend, you do have a Molotov.
You do.
Oh, I do. I do have a Molotov. All right, we'll do the Molotov.
Okay, you can only throw the Molotov your strength bonus in feet without incurring
I'll
a
let Marius
penalty.
do that then. I'll give the Molotov to Marius, and then I'll just fire
Well-
a crossbow bolt.
Maybe hold on to it. That way, when it gets closer, you can throw it. Because my ballistic skill isn't very high. I could throw it far, but I probably couldn't throw it very accurately.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Seamus? Running out of time.
Quite the opposite. All right, crossbow bolt. Just basic crossbow bolt.
Okay, you gonna take a shot? He's
I'm gonna
10
aim
feet
for the,
out of your range.
Yeah, I want to step up to
Okay.
within 60 of them.
So you move up to 10 feet to get into range. You are you taking aim at him or a certain piece, a certain part?
A certain piece.
Okay.
Probably, I want to go for like that pussy eye.
Okay, you're gonna go for the eye.
Ooh, good choice.
Say, I'll consider this a headshot. So give me a crossbow shot minus 20 for aiming.
Okay. Ooh, 33 out of 36 with that minus 20.
That is not possible. It's not possible
Yeah.
for you to roll a critical hit on your first shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good thing I
God.
put ballistic skill points.
God. Okay. How many degrees of success is it?
It's not even one because with that minus 20, it's out of 36.
Okay, yeah. All right. So it's just so it would be 9 points of damage plus let's roll this. I gotta find my critical table now. All right,
What
go
the
ahead and
hell
roll
are
me
you?
a D100.
All right. I got an 84.
Okay.
Well, what does it do if he aims for the head already, though? Like, does it?
Well, it's just gonna automatically hit the head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's see here. Make sure I got all this. All right. So. Oh man.
I'm getting my revenge for those stupid goblins.
Yeah. All right. So he takes not as much damage as you would expect from where you shoot him. You do aim for the head, and your shot is definitely true. You look at him, look at his hideous gibbering face and the single eye, and you let loose the bolt. You actually take him slightly below the eye, the mucus kind of filming down, and you take him in the mouth.
Oh.
It knocks loose 4 teeth as it slams through the mouth and enters into the top of his jaw, dislocating it. Now, normally a normal person would be racked in pain. This thing just keeps smiling despite the wound. Almost as if it doesn't care that it lost its teeth and parts of its mouth. This brackish, disgusting blood begins bubbling out of the wound, and the flies circling in it start swarming it, almost like they're eating it. Now, he does take damage, but not as much as you would think, given the nature of what just happened to it. Let me add that up real quick. Okay. So you did, however, gain momentum in this fight already. So you feel free if you would like to use your free action. You can either reload or do something else. It's up to you.
I will give my torch to Meridius, and
Okay.
I'll tell him, Meridius, you might not want to get too close to this one. I want to keep your distance.
All
All right. And that's about all the time you have for the end of your turn. So then now it is Marius's turn. What are you doing, friend?
So you said he's about 70 feet out? Is that 70 feet?
At this point from you, he is 70 feet. You just see, if Seamus just handed you a torch, he can't hand you a torch from 10 feet in front of you.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
Sorry. So that can't happen. But Seamus is 10 feet in front of you. The creature is 70 feet at this point.
Okay. Okay.
You do see the bolt strike true, dislocate the jaw, and there is blood pouring out of the wound. So it is actively bleeding, as if it was bleeding conditions. So there is that.
Okay. I guess I'll move up, maybe 20 feet, and in front, like 10 feet in front of Seamus. Is there a way I can take like I know you can in D&D. I don't know about Warhammer, but can I hold an action? Can I do that?
Yeah. I'll allow you to do that. You gonna hold like a strike or?
Yeah, I'll probably kind of try to hold a defensive action in front of Seamus and try to block him.
So you stand about 10 feet in front of Seamus and kind of with the pick at the ready, essentially, for if it closes with you.
Yeah, to try to keep it away from Seamus.
Okay. No problem. Is that going to be the end of your turn?
Yeah, that would be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. So with that, you kind of move in front of Seamus. You're about 10 feet in front of him. And you see Seamus, you see him, you see Marius kind of plant his feet firm. And it looks like he's ready to take on the incoming charge of whatever this thing is. Now it is the creature's turn. The creature still tolling the bell and counting, and then between the counting and the gibbering of whoever the Urfather is, the smile broadens even more wide than it was before, almost like it distends to where its ears should be, even though there are none. The top of the head is almost like an egg. It's an oblong shape, and there appears to be a small horn at the top now that it's getting closer to you. It moves in another 30 feet, so it is 20 feet from you, Marius, and 30 feet from Mr. Seamus.
Right.
40 feet from Seamus, 30 feet from you, Marius. That's what it is. My math was slightly off. So he is, it might make a difference. You never know. It is still making progress towards you completely unhindered, despite the bolt sticking out of its mouth. It doesn't even make a move to like correct the jaw. It just keeps smiling. And if anything, the wound gets larger and bigger. And the cleaver, it starts raising the cleaver above its head. And, the flies are buzzing, and the noise is getting closer and closer. And that's all it can do. It's once again your turn, Mr. Seamus.
Alright, my strength bonus, or my strength is a 30, so does that have to be within 30 feet to throw the Molotov?
Without a hindrance, yes.
Okay. And it's 40 feet away.
It is 40 feet away.
Alright, I will move up 10 feet to get within range.
Okay.
We're going to light this Molotov and toss it.
Alright, I'll consider it your free action to light it. You won't have to make a test. Well, no, you're under Bugman's. It's fine. Go ahead and make me just a straight ballistic skill roll.
Alright. Oh, I want to use my fate point.
Your fortune.
Yep. We're gonna re-roll that.
All right, go ahead and re-roll it.
All right. Ah, yeah. Sigmar be praised. I rolled a 10.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How many success levels is that?
It's out of 46, so
So that would be
three levels,
so three
maybe?
success levels. Okay. So you light the Molotov that Marius gave you all those months ago, still held up all this time. You light it, and you take aim and hurl it in the direction of the creature. Go ahead and roll me a D100, sir.
77.
77. Okay. So it actually hits the creature's torso right in the center. It was a good shot. It flies, and it just you barely have the range with the strength as far as you can throw to hit it dead in the chest. You see the glass smash, and fire just envelops the creature, and it also envelops the surrounding area at about 15 feet around the creature in kind of a circular pattern. There's just this bright flash of light that kind of illuminates the floor around you. You can see that the pustules that were kind of blanketing the ground kind of recede and blacken as they char away from the flames. The creature itself, despite being struck in the chest with a Molotov cocktail, appears to be still grinning and counting, oblivious to the pain that should be racking its body. You do see its skin begin to char and burn, but it's still moving towards you. Is that going to be the end of your turn?
I'm standing next to Marius, so Marius, maybe this might be one we have to run away from.
I'm assuming you yell that in the next 6 seconds you have.
Yep. Yeah. Run away.
So, Marius, it is now your turn. You are within 30 feet of this creature. Seamus is standing next to you at this point. The creature still appears to be moving in your direction. There are low flames blanketing the area 15 feet around the creature for now. It is smiling and counting and looking at you.
Okay. I'm in 30 feet of it right now.
You're within 30 feet, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm just gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna reach in and grab another bottle of my vodka.
Okay.
And I am gonna stoke the flames a little.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
throw it at him as well.
Make me ballista skill test to see how you do.
All right, let's see. We gotta check
Got this, bro.
Scores. Let's see. All right, here we go. That's a 28 out of 33.
Oh my god. So just a success.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll consider that one more success. You 28. We'll do 82. Okay. So it's not as good of a shot as Seamus. I mean,
Yeah.
he has a good eye. But you're strong. You chuck this bottle and it shatters across his left leg as it's moving towards you. It shatters, and suddenly the flames on its leg just brighten, almost like a white hot flame. And the leg, and the rest of its body, as the vodka, or the gorilica, as it's called in this world, splashes the rest of him, and it heightens. He's still smiling, but the flames are even more strong than they were before. So let me write that down.
You say he's within 30 feet of us right now?
He is within 30 feet of you, yes. So you now have that. I'm going to consider that your free action and your action to do that. Or no, it would just be your action.
Okay.
So you still have your free action and your movement.
Did he move 30 feet last time?
Yes, he moved exactly 30 feet.
Damn.
And Seamus did not move, so he is standing within range.
I know. I was about to back up. I was about to back up, but since Seamus is still there.
Nah, bro, we're doing this together.
Otherwise, I'd be like, I'm gonna back up, yo.
Buckman's ale, bro. I ain't afraid.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just kind of get ready. You know, just I'm waiting.
Are you gonna move in front of Seamus, or are you just gonna?
Well, is he behind me, or
He's right next to you.
Yeah, we're shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, I'll step up 10 feet in front of him.
Okay.
And get ready.
You move 10 feet in front of him. So now the creature is 20 feet from you.
Yeah.
And you plant your feet. You do not have an action readied because you used it.
Nope. Yeah.
But you're standing there, hopefully to intercept the creature.
Yeah.
So, at this point in time, it is now the creature's turn. Let me add up all the damage you just took.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Gotta burn with fire.
I say it's on fire and it's standing in fire.
2, 9. Okay. 9 plus that.
And it shot in the face.
He's still looking pretty good.
I mean, as good as he looks, I guess. You know.
He's a horrifying sight, but
yeah.
He doesn't seem to be hindered by his wounds. He's not even making a move to suppress the flames or the fire. But at the beginning of his turn, you do see that the flies are dispersed from the fire that has enveloped him. So the flies are gone. You have no idea what that could have done for you, but they are apparently all charred and dead. There are a lot of his pustules are rupturing and oozing across his body now. So keep that in mind as well. But the blade, the cleaver that he's had. Go ahead.
Is his flesh burning at all? Is
it is burning.
Actively burning?
It is actually burning, but he just appears to not feel any pain.
Okay.
And at this point, the cleaver that he has by his side is now burning, or not burning. It is glowing with a white hot. It just has a white hot glow about it, so it might hurt extra, possibly if it hits you. So he now begins stepping through the flames, still chittering. The smile broadens even more, almost like a Cheshire cat, up and over. It almost distends past his face. The flesh actually moves and distends to make the mouth wider and the teeth larger and the tongue lolling even further. As this pencil-thin neck is holding up this bulbous head and the just disgusting folds of its body. The feet are almost comically small now that it's this close, and as well as the little spindly legs, almost like toothpick legs that are holding this thing up. It doesn't look like a thing that should naturally exist. And it's still smiling and now humming to itself. Charges you, Marius, and brings the cleaver down. You can either roll for defense or you can attempt to dodge.
You said it was 7 feet tall. Is it considered
He's about
large?
7 feet tall. He's not considered large.
Okay. Then I will defend with my pick.
With your pick? Okay, go ahead and roll defense for me.
All right. Let's see what my pick defense is real quick. All right. A And can I count one success for the Molotov throw or the alcohol
Yes,
throw?
you do have one success.
Okay. That would be 24 out of 55.
Okay. So, all right, how many degrees is that? 3?
3.
Yeah, that's 3 degrees. Yeah. 3 degrees of success. You're lucky on that one.
Okay.
The cleaver waves above its head and hums. You can feel the air parting around it as you're this close to him. You can smell the burned, singed flesh, and you can just sense that there's infection emanating off of this creature. He's a embodiment of plague and death. And the cleaver comes down, and you bring the pick up, catch the blade on the haft, and push it to the side so it clashes into the floor. Now, he is eerily close to you, face to face at this point, and he just licks his tongue around the wound where his teeth should be, and the blood just spurts slowly down his chin, dribbling in front of you. And that's the end of his turn. He can't do anything else right now. So it is now your turn, Seamus. You are actually within range of him.
The one sec.
Yes.
He just got his internet reset, so he's not in the party right now.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Shit!
Yeah. I don't know if you want to do my turn, maybe, and then circle back around to him, maybe, or...
Damn it!
I'm here. Am I dead?
Ah, cool.
You're there.
No.
I can hear you.
I just... No. I just blocked his... He just came out and moved an attack, and I blocked it.
Ah, fuck yeah, bro.
Okay, so you are... So Seamus, it is your turn now. You are in melee range with this creature since you are standing right next to Marius. Despite the rather large room that you guys are in, I might point that out.
I was 10 feet ahead of him.
Oh, that's right. You were 10 feet ahead. You're right. You're right. So, Seamus, you have plenty of room to maneuver around this creature.
Oh, yeah.
It is locked into combat with Marius at this point.
What is the penalty for like aiming at a specific part? Like if I aim at an arm or something?
It's just it's minus 20.
Okay, for no matter what one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be minus 20.
All right, I'll move.
So you're just gonna? Are you gonna circle around just to get a better shot? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say it'll probably expend maybe 20 feet of movement. You could circle around to his right. So you have a good shot at the creature and hopefully not hitting Marius in the process.
And I have two things of momentum.
Yes, you do.
All right, so I'm gonna try to aim for another headshot.
Okay. All right. You can take another
then,
shot. It'll just be a straight ballistic skill test with your crossbow, of course. Did you reload yet?
No, I'll use my free action to reload.
Okay. Attempt to reload real quick.
Oh shit! I failed that one. Damn it.
Do you want to use a fortune point?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. All right. Yeah, that time I did. That time I got a 31.
All right. So you reload the bolt. Go ahead and now attempt your shot.
Ooh, that's a 15.
Okay. Out of how many success
It would be
levels?
out of 36, so that it would be two levels.
2 success levels, 50. Yep. Two levels. That's
You only have
10.
36 for your crossbow?
You have more than that with your crossbow. But you had two.
Aimed, though.
You had 2 momentum though.
Yeah. So
I
that would
was
be a
gonna
plus 20
catch
minus
that in
20.
Yeah, I was gonna catch that in case I missed it, but
Well, it's always on.
It's always on.
it's
dude.
always on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have it until you miss a shot or take damage. So so it would have been 4 levels of success then with the +2. Mm-hmm. So it is a headshot. Now, unfortunately, there isn't anything special about hitting this creature in the head, but you do take it in the head. He is burning still like a Roman candle, and also bleeding from the mouth, which is a horrible smell, I might add, Marius. But you take him in the side of the head. Let me add up that damage real quick. So 4 plus 13. All right. Whew. So the creature is still standing. It takes a bolt in the side of the head, Marius. I mean, and it goes in deep. The bolt goes almost through. As a matter of fact, it actually probably would pass through, dealing that much damage. It passes through the head, and the eye kind of rolls back for a second, and then refocuses on you, and it still keeps talking. 1, 2, 1, 2. And the bell is still jingling in its place. So now that it is your turn, Marius, now that this hideous creature is still looking at you, bearing down upon you.
How far is Seamus from this creature right now?
He is 20 feet off to your right.
Okay. I guess I'm going to attack it then.
Yes, bring that attack.
I know. I don't want to. Let's see. Let's do it.
Bro.
Let's do this. Okay, I got +20, so that's gonna be. It's not too bad. It's 25 out of 65.
Okay, so that is 4 levels of success.
Does it hit? Yeah, it's 4 levels of success.
Unfortunately, it does not. This creature,
okay.
And not only does it not hit, you move the pick up after you had parried its attack. You swing 15. That would have been a 51, which puts it at. So you swing for just the body, its huge lumbering body in front of you, and as you do, the smile widens even further. And it takes the bell and knocks your pick aside. And as it does, the cleaver comes down.
Oh, shit.
And cuts you across your left leg.
Oh, my leg.
For
The one part that's not armored.
Yeah, exactly, right.
So I'm just rolling it. Sorry. Left leg.
I can tell. I can tell.
4 plus 9 plus. So 9 damage.
Okay.
You can subtract your bonus, your toughness bonus, and as you feel it cleave through the flesh, through your tattered peasant pants, you also need to make a endurance test, sir.
All right.
It's going to be a +40 endurance test.
Okay, +40. Let's see. That's going to be a 36 out of 40 would be... 40 would be a 97.
Dear God, you guys are never going to get fucking sick. Okay, so whatever filth is contaminating inside of this, you feel heat and you feel something as the cleaver passes through your leg, but you feel like you're probably fine. Whatever it was that happened, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I got cleaved in the leg, but yes, it's fine.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a little blood, tainted blood mixing with whatever the hell's growing on this white hot cleaver. It's fine. So cool. That just happened. Now it is the creature's turn. And the creature takes...
All right.
Let's see here.
Does it cauterize the wound because the blade was so hot?
But we'll go with that. It probably instantly cauterized, so that's how the infection didn't spread.
I saved. Yeah.
They and then as soon as, and it's still smiling, looking at you, and now it's got a taste. Like, his blessings will come. And as he says that, suddenly his form starts to shift. And the cleaver comes down again, Marius. And you move instinctively to bring up the pick to block it. And ashes just collapse around you as his form gives out.
Oh.
Everything on him, including the cleaver, just disintegrates in the nothingness, and there's just ashes coating you.
Of course there's ashes covering me.
There is. And it's not just regular ashes. They're demonic ashes. So extra goo, extra gross, but they just disappear. And in the flames, it's just all of it kind of goes by the wayside. And you're just covered in disgusting plague bearer ash.
Oh, gosh. Try to dust it off as best I can.
You're like, and you start trying to dust it off. And it's at this moment, Seamus, that you notice a light up ahead. And that's where we're ending today's episode. So that's going to be it.
Good.
That's going to be it, boys.
I almost escaped from the wounds. I almost did.
It was close. It was close.
Damn.
Yeah. The only part of your body not covered. Sorry.
Yep. I know you are.
Sorry.
So sorry about that. You freaking! I'm gonna have to get some better diseases here because
we're hardy. Well, you gave me a plus 40, so
that's the stand. That's in the book. That's what it says. That's the standard for this disease. Is they get a plus 40 test to resist it. So so we'll see. I might have to concoct some of my own.
Jeez.
Why?
Go ahead and take a minus 20 to your wounds or your toughness bonus here.
Yeah.
You're infected.
We got better. Well, there's better stuff than that. Don't worry. There's lots of nifty things. There's a whole plague section I've got here. So it's going to be great.
Can't wait.
I know. You can't wait.
Grandfather Nurgle.
Yeah, you guys both survived your first encounter with a plague bearer. So you should be happy that you lived through it.
I'm so happy.
I was hoping somebody would get sick. You banished the fly swarm. You lucky bastards.
I said we would kill it with fire.
There was a bunch. Yeah, I mean that's the way you kill disease. So you guys did pretty good on that. Man, well. That sucks for me. You guys had a good time, I hope. But
we did.
That's okay. Kind of going with the standard from the last episode. Go ahead and tell me what you liked about the episode. What your favorite part was, if you had one.
I like the strange room that we entered in.
Oh, yeah.
I've got some theories about it, You
do. Got some theories.
I like that it was formed in the middle of a mountain with no apparent entrances. So I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Mentally I'm picturing Total Recall.
No, yeah, that's pretty similar.
And inside a mountain, alien stuff happening around me. I did enjoy those goblins, though.
You get scared the literal shit out of the goblin, so there is that. I can't forget that part. But yeah,
nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask.
No.
Do we know what Do we know what a plague bear is? Just for the.
Oh, there'd be no
It's
way in
channel.
hell either of you knew what that was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty intelligent.
Are you?
I'm a 41 intelligence.
That's not bad. We'll see if next episode if you want to ask, we might be able to figure to at least get an inkling of what Seamus might know about the forces of chaos. You did in fact were part of the war, even though if you don't remember it completely, so there's always a possibility. Yeah, but you did have a brush with disease and death for sure. My favorite part was hitting Marius in the only part of his body that it doesn't have armor on it.
Sounds about right.
I told you I rolled it. You think I'm over here? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like, oh, that bastard gave me all his armor and then he just hits me in the place that I don't have any. It was not the case. Not the case.
How convenient.
It is. It's very convenient.
Awfully
But
convenient.
so are all of the convenient critical roles people keep getting, so don't give me that.
Oh.
So I don't want to hear
I had
this.
2 critical
Fluff out of
failures
hand.
as well.
I want to hear this sass. I'm getting this sass from
I
you.
rolled.
I rolled
I
2
rolled-
66s.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I rolled the 99 today.
You did? Oh, it must have been one you re-rolled. Yeah,
I did
that's
re-roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is that. Despite the technical difficulties, we finished the episode. So there is that. But as
good.
usual, guys, let's go ahead and close this out real quick. I have been Jumbo Thick. Thank you guys for watching. I'd like to say thank you to my players. You guys were awesome. You did good today. We got some stuff coming up. We got well, I don't know. We'll see where this mysterious tunnel's going. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully you guys can join me next week, and we will continue the story. So, as usual, guys, I've been Jumbo Thick. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Have a good day.